So here you are, out and about in the big, beautiful world, soaking up some sunshine, getting some vitamin D, when all of a sudden, boom, this ends up in your field of vision. And you're like, what am I looking at? What is this thing? I don't get it. Well, maybe you're like me and you have two reactions to it. One would be revulsion, and the other would be curiosity. I wanted to show it to you. This happens to be in Sarasota on the Sarasota Bayfront, where I work and live, because I think it is a useful way to illustrate some of the themes of our current events course here. When an event happens, when something of consequence rises up in your lives and in your communities and your field of view, you want to know how to understand it, how to interpret it. You don't want to just know basic encyclopedia information. You want context. You want to know what it means to you, what it means to other people, what it means in general. There's a couple of ways to get at that information. The first one I attempted earlier. Unfortunately, my camera broke down while I was recording it, but what I did is I asked some people who happened to be posing in front of it and under it. This is a big photo attraction for people. So I asked them, because that's what people do when they're first trying to understand the news. They ask their neighbors, friends, family. And that proved to be next to worthless, quite honestly, because people were kind of swept up in the scope of the thing and in the uniqueness of it, but they really didn't know what it meant or why it was even here. You can also go to the official record, your local newspapers, your TV stations, maybe a history book. In this case, there's a historic placard next to it that has some basic names and dates and stuff of that nature. Again, that's of limited usefulness, though, when you're really trying to get a full picture of an event, of a thing, of current events. So, what do you do then? Well, that's really the point of this course, isn't it? It's we are going to be talking about how you build that fuller understanding of the news, and the way you do it is by going to that beautiful, confusing, confounding, fragmented media mosaic that's out there today, and pulling different pieces from here and there and assembling them, evaluating them, weighing them, and discarding the good stuff and discarding the bad stuff, keeping the good, and building yourself a more three-dimensional picture. And that's what we'll be doing in this course as we look at certain current events and at the media. I want you to keep this statue in mind as we go forward in our class.